Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. You're watching Cooking with BJ. Okay, so today we're going to cook chicken and dumplings. Okay, so I've already washed my chicken, I seasoned it, and I'm getting ready to cook it. I'm going to let it boil for about an hour. Okay, just to start. I'm going to let it cook until the meat fall off the bone. The kind of chicken I used was chicken quarters, which is the thigh and the leg connected. And I used 6 of them. I think it was 6 or 7. Okay. I'm going to show you what I have pictures of what it looked like before I started. And I have the seasonings that you're going to need to cook this wonderful meal. Okay. Stay tuned. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Okay. Here's the size pot I'm using. Okay, and here's how much water I put in there. And like I said, it's 6 or 7 chicken quarters in there. And there's the butter. Okay, and with the water and the seasoning, that's how it look. Okay, and you're going to let this cook for an hour before even checking on it. Just let it cook under high fire. Okay. I'll be back in an hour. Okay, so I'm going to cut up this 1 bell pepper. I have 6 stalks of celery I'm going to chop up, and this onion. I'm going to put it all in this bowl together and save it to the end. Okay, so I'll show you the size of this, how big the celery should be. Actually, it's your choice, actually, but I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay. Okay, you know what? I was holding the camera the wrong way the first time. Hey, I'm new at this. It's going to be okay. All right. So, everything else is going to be the right way. Okay. Now, I've been chopping up the onion and the bell pepper, and now I'm getting ready to do this celery. And I know a lot of people is like, oh, that celery, because it's stringy and all like that. Okay, so, I'm going to try to set this camera up where I could show you how I do the celery before I chop it up, so that I could get all that stringy part off of it, so you won't be having to deal with that. Okay, so let me see, can I do this? Okay, so anyway, we live and we learn, right? So like I said, the rest of the video gonna be all right. Okay, so I washed the stock. And then I take the knife and I just go across the top of it with the knife and just pull down. Okay. See how it's coming off? See, that's the part that would have been that stringy part. So you just do it all the way across. And then just take the sides. Once you don't feel any more coming off, then you know you do it. Okay? So I've done these 4. I'm going to do one more for you. Okay, take it from the top and just pull. Okay, see how easy it come off? And just scrape down the side if you feel like you haven't got enough of it off. It makes it easier when you're slicing it too. You don't have to go through all this when you start slicing it because you already done it. Okay? So this is the last one. Okay? Or you can turn it upside down and go the other way just to make sure you got it all. Okay, now I'm going to slice these. And I'm going to just show you right quick how big I slice mine. Okay, so we need to get that off there. Okay, see, they're not really big at all, okay? Just enough so when you put them in there, they won't cook completely away, okay? So that's the size that I usually cut mine up. And I might cut some a little bigger because I like the taste of the celery in mine, okay? So here's all my vegetables that's chopped up. Let me see, can I show you? Okay, here we go. So this is my bell pepper. I didn't finish cutting it up because I wasn't for sure if I want to put the whole bell pepper in there or not. But this is the onion. I diced up the onion and now I'm getting ready to do the celery. Okay, and I'll see you guys in about an hour. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, and that is an hour and 25 minutes of cooking the chicken. Okay, so the water is cooking down. Okay, so I'm going to just check it. I actually want it to where the meat is going to cook off the bone because I'm going to debone this chicken. Okay, so it looks good, but I'm going to let it cook another 30 minutes. So the total will be 2 hours because there's so much chicken in the pot, okay? And because I want the chicken to cook off the bone. So that's how it looks so far after an hour and 25 minutes. I'll be back in about 30 minutes, okay? Okay, let's check our chicken now. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to cut the fire off. And I'm going to take this chicken and put it in a bowl. And I'm going to debone it. And then I'm going to roll out my biscuits for to make my dumplings, okay? So I'll be back to show you the deboned chicken. And then we're going to roll out these biscuits together, okay? So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the fire back on a little later on low. And then I'm going to put some water in this bowl with the vegetables. That's the bell pepper, onion, and celery at the bottom. I'm going to pour that off in the pot. Okay, I'm going to put that in the pot before I put the chicken back in there. And the reason why I'm going to put some water in the bowl is because when I put the dumplings in there, the dumplings is going to start absorbing the juice. And I don't want the dumplings to dry out all my juice, okay? So we want a nice thick juice, but not dry, okay? So I'll show you in a few minutes, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so this is my chicken, and actually I'm gonna just go off camera and finish deboning it, but I wanted you to see how it look in the bowl. So I won't be putting the skin or the bones back in the pot, okay? I'll only be putting the chicken in there, okay? So we just want to debone it and get rid of the bones like that and get rid of the skin, okay? And then we're going to put the chicken back off in the pot after we put the dumplings in there, okay? And here's my pot. That's how it look. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back on the fire and let it continue and put it on low fire. So when I roll out those dumplings and put them in, the juice will still be hot. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting ready to start rolling out my biscuits. Okay, so you're gonna need your cookie cutter. You're gonna need a good heavy duty rolling pin. You're going to need your wax paper. And what I did was I put 2 sheets together and I put tape. I taped them on the back and then I taped them to the counter so it won't move. So when I'm rolling them out, the wax paper won't move. I have my cup of flour. I probably might have to add some more. I'm not for sure, but we'll see. And then I have a pan with aluminum foil in the bottom. And I'm going to put all my dumplings in here. And every so often, I'm going to sprinkle some flour over them because that's going to thicken up my juice when I put them in the pot, okay? So once I get the biscuits rolled out, I'll show you what it looked like, okay? And actually, I'll show you one while I'm doing it. Okay, so what I did was I sprinkled some flour on the bottom of my aluminum foil. Okay, so I just want to sprinkle a little in there. Actually, I'm going to sprinkle a little more right in the bottom of the pan, and just so the biscuits won't stick to the aluminum foil. Okay, so you just want to make sure that the aluminum foil is layered with flour. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to just sprinkle flour. I put a pile right here on my wax paper. And I'm going to take a little at a time and just smooth it all over the wax paper. Okay, and you want to do this to keep your biscuits from sticking to the wax paper as well. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I do the first one. And then I'm going to do the rest off camera because I move pretty quick with this. And actually, I'm going to have on my rubber gloves. So I don't want to be all day doing this. So I'm going to show you the first 2. And then I'm going to do the rest off camera so I can get the job done. Okay, so I'm going to dip my biscuits in the flour. Okay, just roll them around. And while I'm doing this, I want to let you know that your seasoning in your pot, you might want to taste it, because if it's not seasoned to your liking, just put some more seasoning in there before you put your dumplings in there. Okay, so that way you will have your flavor the way you want it. Okay, so we're gonna roll these biscuits out. Okay, you don't have to make them real big. I'm using 2 8-can biscuits. Okay, so you see how it don't stick because I got flour all over it. Okay. Okay, so it pretty much look like this. You get it flat as you possibly can. Just make sure. And you gotta put some pressure, okay? And then just sprinkle a little flour over it. And the purpose of the gloves is so that your hands, your bare hands, will start sticking to the biscuits and to the rolling pin. So if you use rubber gloves, baby, you're going to get this done in no time. Okay? So now you take your cookie cutter and you cut them as big as you want them. Okay? Okay. So This is about the size that I use. Okay? You just want to take them and drop them in there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab them up because they got flour on them, so they're not going to stick together. Okay? See? Okay, but you don't want them to, you want to keep them straight though. I was just showing you, but you want to keep them straight, laid out, so they won't bundle up. Okay, I was just showing you that with the flour, they won't stick together. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to go off camera, and I'm going to knock these 2 cans of biscuits out, and I will be back. So I want to show you one more time just to make sure you get the hang of it. And maybe after 5 biscuits, you just take your cup of flour, take your hand in there, and just sprinkle it in the pan right there, okay? Just sprinkle it over them. That way, when you start dumping them in the pot, it'll start making the juice thick, okay? But you want to make sure you have enough juice in the pot, because I'm telling you, these biscuits is going to start absorbing that juice, and you don't want a pot full of biscuits, okay? Okay, we're getting ready to do one more. Okay, take it and put it in a pile of flour right here. And I like to just roll the sides around in there. Okay. Make sure both sides is covered good with flour, okay? Okay, take that rolling pin and roll it out. Okay, you want to roll it both ways. Just turn it. You can just dip it in the flour some more and flip it over and roll some more. Okay, just remember, this flour is going to thicken up your juice and keep everything from sticking together. Okay, so you see, you want to make it flat and thin as possible. Okay, take that cookie cutter, okay, there you go. Just lay them out. Don't pile them in there. Just lay them flat on top of each other, okay? You want to make sure you keep them straight. What I do is I start laying them this way, and then the next batch I lay them this way, okay? Across each other. And I just keep doing that with each biscuit, okay? Okay, time for me to do the next one. But what I'm going to do, because I got plenty more biscuits to do, so I don't want to bore your patience with just rolling biscuits. So I'll be back after I finish rolling all these biscuits and show you what the pan look like. And then we're going to have some chicken and dumplings. And I think I'm going to make some hot water cornbread to go with these. Okay, so we'll do that hot water cornbread after we finish these dumplings, okay? Alrighty, I'll be back.